Well, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining me and Spike on another adventure. I'm me, this is Spike, and today's adventure is going to be run a little bit like I've been running my life. I'm not sure where I'm going, but I'm on my way. So this is in fact the end of the road. I don't think many people come down here. The road is not in very good shape. And this is a really nice spot. I'm kind of considering camping here. I'm going to have to give that consideration. I think if I spent the night here, probably there's a good chance at least one person would come down here, but they'd probably just turn around and leave. Well, I don't have a complete plan, but I have a plan, and that is I'm going to have lunch right here. Kick back, pull out my chair. So, in keeping with my easy camper theme, I've got a salad ready to go. Thanks, Amy. But today, actually, I'm going to do something a little different. Once I get camp set up somewhere, I'm going to actually cook. I actually have raw meat, raw potatoes, raw carrots and onions and peppers and stuff. I'm actually going to make a stew tonight. I'm going to try in the crock pot on my propane campfire. So that'll be something unusual, but I've already done all the prep work, so it's still going to be easy as can be. But that'll be for later. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and stay here. I cleaned it up a little. There was a fire pit right there. I moved the rocks back out of the way. I think I can turn Spike around and back him up in here, put the canopy up right there, have windows facing out this direction and windows facing out this direction. This will be the open door that Spike will back into. I'm not too worried about looking up here. There's just enough cell phone reception here for me to send and receive text messages, and that's really all I need. This is really a spectacular spot. I'm really happy I came down this road. I've never camped here before. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. So if you're a subscriber to my channel, you're probably aghast at the notion that Dan Dog is going to cook. Perhaps even skeptical. But it's actually not that unheard of. I picked up the idea of never cooking while camping just a couple years ago. This easy camping stuff has only been going on for a while. And that's because I camp every single weekend. I don't want to set up a whole big deal, 50 times a year. And I also don't want to take it down. And so I never cook, but I am going to cook tonight, and because I have raw meat and raw potatoes and raw carrots and onions and stuff, because I'm going to make beef stew. But I've got it all set up so that it's going to be very simple. I don't mind doing housework when I'm at home. I can, vacuum and clean and cut potatoes up and everything. It's fine at home. I just don't want to do any of that kind of stuff here. So I already did all that. I already prepared the potatoes and everything, got it here in the fridge and Spike. So all I have to do is just real simple, just put it in the crock pot and just wait for it to get done. And then I'm not even going to clean the crock pot. I'm just going to put it in a bag when I'm done, and I'll take it home and clean it. I don't mind cleaning it when I get home. So we'll see how that works. I've actually never used the crock pot on the campfire to make a stew. I think it's going to work out just fine. That's all right. I got it ticklish wet. It does smell good. So it's been there for about 45 minutes. Still has a goodly way to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of all this ingredients in here. I'm going to add some more water. Fortunately, it stayed in the bag. There's one potato. Nice. You know, that's something about this campsite when I got here. It's been here for years, probably a couple decades people have been coming here. Really clean campsite. The people who, you know, live out here in this area and use these places, they really do keep good care of their, you know, their playground. I really gotta commend them for that. Yeah, that's going to need a whole bunch of water added to it. I definitely don't know what I'm doing. I don't think it said to do that, but gotta cook everything. Boy, that's way too much stuff. That's gonna have to cook way down. I believe I put in way too much water. We'll see. Well, I'm just going to let that simmer for an hour and a half, maybe two. I imagine that right now all the bears are coming out of hibernation and getting ready for another year of activities. Right while I'm cooking stew for several hours here. So one impression I have is this propane campfire is really good for cooking on with a crock pot. I can really push down with my wooden spatula here when I'm scraping the bottom of the crock pot, and the campfire, the propane campfire, is very stable. I really like that. Well, look at that. The sun's going to be going down here in a bit. It's 5:30 now. But I'm already feeling a little chilly. I think it was up in the mid-70s there today with the sun being so bright like that. But I may end up having to put the walls on my canopy just to keep the heat in and the wind out. I'll put the windows as I had planned, one facing that direction and the other facing this direction. Well, it's been almost 3.5 hours. That should be enough. It sure smells done to me. Got everything here. Got my bread. I'm going to slice it. I've got some butter. I better get my knife out. I've got a spoon. I should have brought a bigger spoon for serving. Well, let's turn the heat up. Oh, look at that. Simmering cauldron of goodness. I think it's a little hot. I could have used a fork to eat it, but I can get every little scraping with the spoon. Wow, that's good. Well, now, cleaned up my plate nice. I even went and put up the wall, the final wall. Well, I put the crock pot away, and most of the other things that have food or anything that, and by way I mean I put it in spike, that'll keep it away from all the marauding mischief makers. A couple more things I got to put away, and then I'll probably just call it a day, crawl into spike and hit the hay after I put everything away. So it's 39 degrees outside and it's 65 in here, but that's way over there against the wall too. So right here where I am, it's actually quite warm. I keep having to turn that down. It's really nice having this canopy. It's been working out really great, especially for winter camping. For summer camping, I usually just use the roof. I just put up the roof and that gives me a shady spot. But in the winter, for these last 2 winters, I've been using these walls a lot, and boy, I really like those. It just keeps the wind off of me and it keeps the warmth inside pretty well. If I turn off the heat, it only takes about 5 minutes and it's out back to outside temperature. Well, it's probably going to be a little frosty tonight, but I'm looking forward to a really good night's sleep and a beautiful sunrise in the morning. But the time has come for me to say goodnight. I'm going to go ahead and crawl into Spike, and I'll see you in the morning. I totally slept in this morning. I didn't get out of bed till 9:30. It was so cold outside. It was 32 degrees outside. I just didn't want to get. I wanted the sun to come up. It's actually nice and warm in this canopy now with this window here. It gives me some nice solar energy. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get breakfast going. For breakfast, I just going to have cream of wheat, my typical. So I've been pondering long and hard, trying to figure out what am I going to do. Am I going to spend one more night here, or am I going to spend just most of the day here and then leave? And I think what I'm going to do is just spend most of the day here. So I'll probably go ahead and take down the canopy and everything now and have camp all broke down, and that way it'll only take maybe 10 minutes. You know, the canopy takes 10 or 15 minutes to break down, and then it takes, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes to load Spike back up. So if I just get everything broke down, it's just 5 or 6 minutes. I'll throw it in the back and head home. So I think it's going to be a slow and steady withdrawal today. This morning, got my campfire put up. I think I'll plop it in here. Into the back it goes. I'll just put the propane tank in next. There we go. I already have my backpack in here. It'll be in the way in a little bit. I don't ever put the canopy walls in the canopy bag anymore because the canopy bag is getting a little frayed, and this helps hold everything together anyways. So when I put the chair and table there, that'll make it nice and stable. One long last look. I think that's going to do. I've actually got everything packed away in Spike. Getting warm. I'm going to go ahead and take off. I want to thank you for coming along with me on this overnight adventure. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you don't think you learned anything, because you don't want to try to learn anything on my channel. But thanks for being there. I hope you join me next time. Till then, you've been easy camping with Dan Dog and Spike.